What's up, everybody? Another training log for you. This is actually 2 days of training. One really, really good day and one not so great day, at least on the way I felt. Day 2 doesn't look terrible. It just didn't feel great in regards to this training. But this is the first half is another PR. So I can't really complain. When I'm hitting PRs on a relatively regular basis, there's going to be down training days, and that's, again, I'm going to beat a dead horse. I'm going to say this so often in my training vlogs that having down days needs to be expected. This is a huge day for me on bench press, getting in the shirt again and having a lot of fun. There's Max, who actually has pants on this time, hanging out, dancing while I bench press. But I end up hitting 580 today in the shirt, which is a 20-pound PR. Huge day for me. I really had something click. This is my last rep raw here. Really, an execution portion of a shirted bench really clicked for me. And I've mentioned kind of beating the shirt as a cue that I like to use. And it is something that you almost have to remind yourself of, because when you're in the shirt, here's my first rep at 455, you can get really passive on the bottom and let the tension of the shirt kind of own you a little bit. And instead, what you want to do is use that as to your advantage and really try to explode as much as possible, not just letting the shirt do the work, as a lot of people claim that that's what's happening anyway, which I promise you is not, but also using that pop out of the shirt to accelerate as much as possible. That's that compensatory acceleration we talk about with things like bands and chains that we want to build. Well, it's the same thing they can carry over to a shirt. This is 550. It's 10 pounds underneath my all-time best prior to it. That's when I knew I was gonna hit something pretty good. I had 570 loaded on the bar and said screw it and put 480 on, or 580. And this is that attempt. And you'll see it slow down when it transitions fully to my triceps here. But Nick's a good spot. She's confident, semi-confident in this. It does kind of freak her out a little bit when we have to do that much weight. And my belt is really, really tight right now because of the quarantine. But that was a great lift for me. And this is actually one of the assistance exercises that I think has led to this growth in my bench press. We've been hitting a floor press, but doing it really, really strictly by relaxing onto the floor a little bit, kind of the way Louis Simmons does coach it at Westside. And it has meant a lot. The explosion through that mid-sticking point for me has gotten much, much better. So this is actually my fourth day of the week. You're going to miss my third because I did that on the Clinical Athlete Live event earlier in the week where I pulled 675 sumo. But this is 9 sets of 3 on squat for speed and then 12 sets of 2 on deadlift for speed. And I came into this day saying, you know what, I'm not going to let the squats mentally beat me like they did last week. And you can see that here. I mean, I'm not going to bore you with all 9 sets, but I came in maybe not feeling the best, but really trying to attack these sets. And then just the general fatigue from the rest of the week, you'll see my deadlifts are slower. And I don't care, honestly. Like, I could sit here and I could, go, oh, these deadlifts are just not necessarily executed well or to top notch. But, man, I hit 2 PRs, 1 squat PR and a bench PR, and I hit maybe 30 pounds away from my best deadlift all in 1 week. That's solid work, and the stress, the accumulated stress from that is going to have an impact later in the week. That's why we have my training structured the way we do, so that I don't have to lift super, super heavy. I can just try to accelerate the bar fast later in the week, and it's been working out extraordinarily well. This was actually yesterday, and I feel ready to lift today because I was moving as quickly as I could yesterday. And that's when you structure a training plan, it's going to be variable to the individual, but I think Kevin and I have found something right now with where I am right now that's working extraordinarily well. So have that flexibility and open mind to move some things around if you need to.